Good Tuesday evening, everyone. This is Corey here with Zero Meter Chasers. Going to give you guys all the latest information regarding a sneaky system tonight, and then all eyes are on the weekend, obviously, for the major winter storm that's going to impact much of the Ohio Valley and the Deep South. So I want to appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. It is 6:02 Central, 7:02 Eastern. I want to quickly talk about the sneaky setup for tonight, so I don't want anybody to get these two systems confused. The system tonight has nothing to do with the system coming in this weekend. This is just a sneaky system that's coming in tonight. We kind of talked about it a little bit. Didn't look like it was going to be much. Kind of ramped up a little bit this afternoon on the models, actually earlier this morning. And the National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory, mainly along the Western Kentucky Bluegrass Parkways, and points to the north up to the Ohio River. Not a big deal. This is going to be a winter weather advisory in effect between 4 o'clock a.m. all the way through 11 a.m., so it's going to be short duration. Basically, what we're going to be looking at is some light freezing rain and snow showers expected to spread across the northern half of Kentucky just before sunrise. Precipitation should change over to mostly rain by Wednesday afternoon. That's why this winter weather advisory is in effect through 11 a.m. Eastern. Temperatures are going to be around or just below freezing. This is going to allow any rain or snow that falls to freeze on the road and cause some isolated slick and hazardous conditions, especially on those untreated roadways. So basically, anybody in this winter weather advisory tonight could see, really it's in the morning, I shouldn't say tonight. Anybody in this winter weather advisory in the morning between 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time can expect to see a glaze of ice, dusting to a coating of snow possible in this area as well. So if you're traveling north tonight, again, I said tonight again, if you're traveling north in the morning or you're traveling in the northern half of Kentucky, basically along the West Kentucky Bluegrass Parkways up to the Ohio River in the morning, just use extra caution. It's not going to be, anything that you can't drive on. It's not going to be a shutdown storm or anything like that. It's basically just going to become it's a nuisance of a storm. And this winter weather advisory is basically to give you guys a heads up that there could be some hazardous travel in the northern half of Kentucky tomorrow morning. Not going to last long, not going to be a big deal, but just use extra caution if you're up in that direction in the morning. I almost said tonight again. If you're up in that direction in the morning traveling, again, not going to last long, 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow morning. So I've got my trusty little notes ready again tonight, so that way I can keep up with what I'm doing. When we have a lot of information to go over, sometimes I get sidetracked and I lose track of what I'm talking about. This keeps me organized. I want to be sure to get all you guys the information that you deserve. Lots of information floating around there, coming from me, other sources. Every forecaster in the country is watching this storm. It's a big deal. So I want to be able to get the right and correct information to you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go over kind of the highlights. Again, this is kind of the same thing that I showed you guys yesterday. This is from the National Weather Service. We basically just took their information and put it on a graphic, a little bit better organized for you guys to see. The team here at Zero Meter Chasers 100% back exactly what the National Weather Service is saying here. So this is kind of what we do know and what we don't know. Okay, what we do know, we are expected to see a winter storm Saturday and Sunday. I know a lot of people's asking me what time on Saturday. Not sure just yet. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Accumulating snowfall, that's going to be the primary concern. Wintry mix, including some ice, cannot be ruled out. That is still a possibility depending on the track. And then we know, regardless of anything, very cold Arctic air is going to be in place all weekend. So that's what we do know. Here's what we're uncertain about, kind of unsure. This is what we got to figure out here over the next in the coming days. Okay, exact snowfall totals. You guys are seeing a lot of maps out there that's showing several inches of snowfall across much of Kentucky. We don't know the exact snowfall amounts just yet. Okay, we don't know where the location of the heaviest snow's going to fall right now. We don't know the storm's track. And obviously the storm's track is going to impact snowfall amounts. And then we don't know the timing. So I know a lot of people's been asking me what time on Saturday. What time on Saturday? We don't know. Depends on the speed of the storm. Could slow down, could speed up. That's going to impact what time everything starts. So that is kind of the gist of what we do know and what we don't know. And we're going to figure out anything over here in this red. We'll figure out here in the coming days. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the data. I know a lot of people have seen all of the maps that have been splattered across Facebook today. So, we're going to do the same thing that we did yesterday. We're kind of going to go ahead and go over the data with you guys. Now, you guys tuned in yesterday. There's 3 modeling computer models that we look at, trying to figure out the best way to explain it. There's 3 computer models that we look at basically within the 4 to 8 day time range. That's what we're at right now. It's Tuesday. Storm's coming in on Saturday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're roughly 4 to 5 days away from this winter storm getting here into central Kentucky. So there's 3 models that we primarily use. Obviously, there's a lot of other computer models and data that we use, but these are the 3 primary ones that I'm going to show you guys to keep it simple. I don't want to get overly technical here on tonight's live. And that's the GFS, which is basically the American model, the Canadian model, and the European model. Okay. So yesterday, and you guys may have seen my status earlier today, yesterday the GFS was the model that was really pushing this storm to the south. It was basically showing a stronger high pressure. It was pushing that system more to the south. Therefore, it wasn't really showing much snowfall. The GFS has corrected itself today. It's still being a little bit wishy-washy, going back and forth. It's going to figure it out. It'll come along with what the rest of the data is saying as time progresses a little bit closer. But this is the latest information from the GFS. Let me back it up here just a little bit. This is going into Saturday. This is Saturday at midnight. We start to see some snowfall creep into central Kentucky, especially along the Kentucky-Tennessee border. We get into Saturday morning, and that precipitation shield kind of suppresses just a little bit to the south. Don't really see much going on here during the day on Saturday. We have snow falling over here in eastern Kentucky. And then as we progress into Saturday around noon, again, this is GFS model. This is not, I'm not telling you guys, this is not exactly how things are going to play out. This is what this model is showing. Saturday around noon, snow creeps back in. And then by 9 p.m. Saturday night, we're in a full-blown snowstorm. And we basically see snow for almost 24 straight hours on the GFS model. Now, again, the GFS model was the model that wasn't showing much yesterday. Now it is. So we basically see snow all the way until 6 or 9, anywhere between 6 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. I mean, this is a straight 24 hours of snowfall here for much of the state. Here's the accumulation map from the GFS model. This is considerably different than what we seen yesterday. Yesterday, 1 to 3 inches at best. Today, we're looking at numbers approaching a foot in places, especially across southeast Kentucky. And what's scary is this is the model that's showing the least amount of snow. Okay, out of the 3 models I'm going to show you, this is the smallest amount that we have. Okay, that tells you that this is a big deal. We get into the Canadian model. It's pretty much the same thing. I'll run through the simulation. This is tonight's system that part of the areas under winter weather advisory. Again, not a big deal tonight. And then we get into Friday into Saturday. About the same thing. We see that precipitation breakout right here along the Kentucky-Tennessee border and to the south. And we progress into Saturday. That shield slowly comes up, and we're in a full-blown snowstorm here in Kentucky. Tennessee, snow, sleet, and then maybe even some freezing rain there towards the southern part of Tennessee. But this is a full-blown snowstorm from the Canadian model. Around the same thing, 24 straight hours of snow activity. And here is, let me make sure this is right. Yeah, here is the, can I zoom in? No. Here's the snowfall accumulation map from the Canadian model. Make sure everything's right here. So anyway, it's showing anywhere between 9 to 14 inches across much of the state. I mean, it's a full blown snowstorm. The good news is this is the ice that we was talking about yesterday. There's going to be some areas that you look down here into central Mississippi, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, southern Tennessee, even the northern part of Louisiana. There's going to be some areas here in the deep south that get hit with a crippling ice storm. Very, very dangerous situation, even over into the Carolinas. So if there's anything that's good about this winter storm is we're probably going to avoid the ice. Snow's one thing. Ice, especially these amounts. I mean, it's spitting out anywhere between an inch to maybe even an inch and a half of ice in places. That's historic, crippling ice storm. We do not want no part of that. Luckily for Kentucky, not for them. Luckily for Kentucky, that's going to stay to our south. Now we get into the European model. This is marked not safe for work. And it's dropping the absolute hammer. This is the newest update from the European model. I mean, we're looking at anywhere between 14 to 17, 18 inches in places right here across the heart of Kentucky. And the European AI model, around the same thing. Again, this is a 10-1 ratio. Our ratios are going to be 15 to 1 to 20 to 1. So these amounts are going to be much higher. So this is the AI model, European AI. This is the traditional European model. So big time snowstorm from basically all three models. It just depends on which one you look at. It is going to depend on which one is showing more snowfall accumulation. But regardless, even if you average it all together, I mean, we can look at one more model here. This is the National Weather Service blend. It basically shows, kind of throws all the model data in there together and kind of gives you an average. Total snowfall, National Weather Service blend, I mean, you're looking anywhere 8 to 10 inches. And this is very conservative when it comes to National Weather Service blend. This is kind of what the National Weather Service uses to make their forecast from time to time. I don't know the exact process of what the National Weather Service uses. I don't want to put words in their mouth. But that is what this model is called, the National Weather Service blend. Again, it puts all that data in together and kind of gives you an average, gives you a best idea of where the heavier snowfall is going to happen, which in this case is pretty much everybody in Kentucky. So that is the model data. We will keep you updated on the model data. It's going to change hourly. Now, I know you guys seen, you may or may not have, I posted something on my Facebook page about an hour and a half ago about the hurricane hunters sending an airplane to out in the Pacific Ocean for some data so we can get better information on this storm. There was a bunch of people asking, is this fake? Is this fake? No, it's not fake. The National Weather Service and NOAA have tasked one of the hurricane hunter airplanes to go over into the Pacific Ocean and drop data points across this storm that's going to be entering into the U.S. here in the next couple days. This is going to allow the hurricane hunters to grab additional data from the storm that's out in the Pacific Ocean. They're going to take that data, put it into these computer models that we're looking at. These computer models are going to be able to give us a better forecast because they're going to have real-time data on it. Typically, we have to wait till that storm shows up over top of the U.S., and then we release weather balloons, or I guess I shouldn't say we. The National Weather Service releases weather balloons up into the storm. It gathers data. They take that data, put it into the computers. You get a better forecast. The National Weather Service is basically saying we're not going to wait until the storm gets here. We need information now. This is going to be a big storm. We're going to task our Hurricane Hunter aircraft to go out into the Pacific Ocean and drop data into the storm. That way we can get a better forecast to give everybody a better heads up with what's coming in to the U.S. because it's not just going to affect Kentucky. It's going to affect the entire U.S. And in fact, if you want me to do a national scale here on the snowfall potential, this is the snowfall from this storm. We're looking at accumulating snowfall basically from New Mexico all the way up into Maine. I mean, it's a big time storm. So it's not just Kentucky. It's going to be a large part of the U.S. Okay. So that's all the model data. The National Weather Service, with that being said, the National Weather Service has increased the probability of snowfall exceeding 4 inches of snowfall. Now, keep in mind, we're still 4 days out, 4 to 5 days out. The National Weather Service is already giving the majority of the state here a 60 to 70% chance of snowfall exceeding 4 inches of snowfall. Now, I know 4 inches is nothing compared to what we just seen on the model data, okay? But with that being said, 4 inches, 60-70% of a probability of exceeding 4 inches is a pretty big deal for 5 days out. And the fact that the National Weather Service is throwing that out there, that's a big deal. So, real quickly, again, I just want to talk about the probabilities here because we're still watching these tracks. Now, I know this is kind of the stuff I showed yesterday, and this is from his Twitter handle is Content Weather Guy. I want to make sure I give him the credit because he's the one that made this. So, I showed you guys this yesterday. What we're looking at is this area of high pressure across the north. Right now, it's over Minnesota on this particular picture that I'm showing you here. I know it's blurry. It just gives you an idea of how this weather is going to work, okay? This high pressure is basically a bully. This is a weaker version of the high pressure. That's kind of what the modeling data is showing right now. It allows this area of low pressure to track along this red line, which gives Kentucky a really good accumulating snowfall, a significant snowfall, maybe even historic snowfall, okay? If this area of high pressure ends up being stronger, it could control all of the north and push this storm a little bit more to the south. That is still in the realm of possibilities. I don't want anybody to count this out. I don't think this happens based off the data that I've seen. I just don't think that this is a scenario, but this is still possible. The area of high pressure, this Arctic high pressure, could very well be stronger than what is currently forecasted, or what it's currently forecasted to be. And if it is stronger, it will push the storm a little bit more to the south, and there is a small possibility that we may not see anything out of this. I don't think that's likely, but it's still in the realm of possibilities, and that is what the National Weather Service is tracking. Here's the latest map. This is a better map that you guys can see from the National Weather Service. Same thing that I was just showing you guys. It shows that area of high pressure up here over Lake Michigan, this cold Arctic air, and depending on how strong this high pressure is, it could take one or two tracks, this northern storm track or the southern storm track. Right now, that's what the National Weather Service is forecasting. It's forecasted to take this northern storm track, which allows this precipitation shield or moisture that we have here in the green to really show up here over the Ohio Valley, especially here in Kentucky, which sets us up for a very, very good snowfall, significant snowfall, likely as long as it takes this northern storm track. We're going to watch the tracks closely. Now, the one thing that I showed you guys yesterday, let me get everything pulled up here. This is the Winter Storm Severity Index. I showed you guys this yesterday. So I want to get you guys the definition on this. I looked up a better definition, by the way. The Winter Storm Severity Index, the purpose of this is to provide National Weather Service partners and the general public with an indication of the level of winter precipitation, which would be snow and ice, the severity of it, and its potential related impacts. Okay, so basically, snow and ice accumulation and how it's going to impact your day-to-day life. So this is the percentage of just, let me make sure I'm reading everything right here. Minor, yes. This is the percentage, likelihood of impact of just minor impacts. So the National Weather Service is already saying there's a 90% chance of just minor impacts from this winter storm. Okay. Moderate impacts. National Weather Service is saying there's a 60 to 70% chance of moderate impacts 4 days out. And then as far as major impacts, National Weather Service is in fact highlighting portions of Kentucky in a 30 to 40% chance for major winter storm impacts from this storm 4 to 5 days out. That's a big deal. This percentage will go up as we get closer. The moderate impacts will go up. We might even see the extreme impacts go up. Right now, there's no extreme impacts from this winter storm with outside the area here in Lexington, and that's probably, if you look real close, it's right around New Circle Road. I don't know if you guys have been to Lexington, but you take 10 inches of snow on New Circle Road, that's a no thank you for me. That's probably why that little area in Lexington is circled in the extreme impacts on the winter storm severity scale. So that's a big deal. These numbers will go up. So one more thing, with us being a few days out, we basically need to start planning for it now. I am sounding the alarm. It's time for everybody to start planning for this potential winter storm, because something else I do want to mention is after it snows, it will not melt. We are going to be dealing with temperatures. Let me look at the temperatures here real quick. So I talked about this yesterday. I just want to double check myself and make sure that what I'm about to tell you guys is correct. So once we go below freezing Thursday night, we do not come back above freezing. Couldn't tell you. It'll be the end of next week. We're going to be in below freezing at least through Wednesday, Thursday. So anything that falls this weekend is going to stick around. So now is the time to prepare. Okay, so we're a few days out right now on this National Weather Service grid here. A few days out. Start preparing now. I'm telling you guys right now, start preparing. Have your emergency supplies for your home and car. Check your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Replenish fuel for your car and heating sources. Be prepared. It's not on the map, but I'm letting you guys know. Be prepared for power outages. Stock up on propane tanks if you use propane in your home. Just anything winter weather related, now's the time to prepare. Groceries, prescriptions, anything you guys need to survive for 5 to 7 days. You need to have that stuff ready to rock here in the next coming days. The day before, as we get a little bit closer, forecast accuracy is going to improve. We're going to have a better idea of how much snow and where it's going to fall and what time it's going to start. When we know that, you're going to adjust your plans. You're going to have multiple ways to receive that information, whether it be from me, TV station in Louisville, TV station in Bowling Green, another Facebook page. Doesn't matter. As long as you guys are getting weather information, that's my main concern. We'd rather you get it from here, but as long as you're staying up to date with somebody you trust, that's our main concern. Our number one goal here is to keep everybody safe, keep everybody informed. We're not here to compete with everybody. We're here to keep you guys informed. We're here to work for you, okay? Bring pets inside. If you have pets that stay outside, bring them inside. Make sure they have water. Remember, outside pets, you're going to have those water bowls freeze. If they don't have substantial shelter outside, they will suffer. Keep that in mind. During the storm, we're still, again, 4 or 5 days out. Just kind of going to give you guys some information here. Stay vigilant. Stay informed. Drive only if necessary. And I'm telling you right now, if the forecast pans out like it was, travel is not going to be advised. I know there's people that have essential jobs that has to travel. Completely understand that. If you do not have to travel this weekend and the forecast pans out, please stay at home. Check on neighbors and family. That's a big deal. Check on people you love. Check on people around you. We all have to work together to get through these type of situations, okay? Properly ventilate emergency heat sources. So if you're bringing in propane, if you're doing extra things to heat your home, space heaters, make sure you guys are doing that safely. Don't plug space heaters into extension cords. That could cause a fire real quickly. Just use your common sense. Make sure you're doing that stuff safely. If you're using generators, keep them at least 20 feet away from your home. Take it easy if you're out shoveling. Shoveling's not an easy job. It will break you down and beat you. It's not fun. Take it easy and don't overdo yourself. Okay? So that's all I have on my handy dandy list. I feel like Steve with Blue's Clues, where your guy's got his little handy dandy notepad out here and he's, checking for clues. But all my clues are checked off for tonight. So I'm going to switch the. We'll go back to what we do know. Weekend winter storm. I'm going to look through the comments section real quickly. My comment section is not working on my screen for some reason. So let me look to see if there's any comments. Again, not going to spend super long tonight. I have given you guys all the information. I have 294 comments right now. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to get through all them. Again, just looking through here, we don't know when it's going to start yet. That's what we're uncertain about. So if you're asking me questions that's in the red here, exact snowfall totals, location of heaviest amounts, where the storm's going to go, what time it's going to start, we have no idea. We know it's going to start on Saturday. We know significant snowfall accumulation is likely. But as far as that, I'm not going to give out exact amounts right now. So if you guys have any questions that's not in this red box, please throw them in the comment section. I'll spend a little bit of time here. Christopher, no, nothing on Thursday night. Thursday night's good to go. Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate your compliment there. Thank you so much. We love doing what we do. Brian, nothing tomorrow night. Nothing tomorrow night. This is all for Saturday and Sunday. Lindsay, no, I'm not going to restart this whole video. Nice try though. Nice try. Yes, Hope, I will do that. I do have Hope's wanting to know one more time about tomorrow morning. Again, we do have a sneaky system tonight. I keep saying tonight. This is for tomorrow morning. Sneaky system tomorrow morning. The National Weather Service has issued this winter weather advisory. This is for tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern, right along the Western Kentucky Bluegrass Parkways north to the Ohio River. This is basically for some light freezing rain and snow showers that's expected to spread across this particular area just before sunrise tomorrow morning. Precipitation will change over to rain by noon. That's why this advisory expires at 11 a.m. With the ground temperatures around or just below freezing, cold pavement temperatures will allow any rain or snow that falls to freeze on contact. So this could create some hazardous travel conditions. We're expected to see a light glaze of ice and possibly a dusting to a coating of snow possible. So anybody in this winter weather advisory, not a major deal by no means, but travel between 4 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow morning in this winter weather advisory could be hazardous, so just use extra caution if you're up in that area tomorrow morning. Brian, tomorrow night, got you. I got your question now, Brian. What time will I be on tomorrow? I'll give you guys the update on that. Probably looking at somewhere between 6 or 7 o'clock. Okay, and something else that we will start. I don't know if we're starting tonight. I'll let you guys know that. I think we're going to do it tonight, but for sure tomorrow we're going to be on Twitter. The 0 Meter Chaser team. This is the time where Corey kind of sets back. The rest of our team, we do a Twitter Spaces. They'll get on. Chris, Mike, Heather will probably jump on as well. Grayson, they'll hop on. They'll discuss. They'll kind of give their thoughts about it. Very, very informative. Very scientific. Corey sits back and listens. I kind of give my 2 cents, but that's kind of their show. Especially Mike and Chris, they run the show on that. But I will share it on my Twitter page as well. I'll let you guys know if we're doing it tonight. But I know we're going to do one tomorrow. We'll really get into some data. We'll really get into the geekiness for sure. But that will give you guys a little bit more information as well. But I'll give you guys the rundown on that if I know for sure we're doing it. But that's something we're going to start doing it probably every night for sure starting tomorrow. kind of in the late night window. So I'll do my live videos somewhere around 6 to 7. We'll do a Twitter Spaces sometime later on in the evening, say 9-ish, around that time frame. Again, that's something I have to keep you guys up to date on. Zach, good question. Ice, no, I'm expecting the ice to stay more towards the south. Let me get the information out here. We're going to use. I'll stick with the Canadian model. This is kind of where the ice is staying. We can look at the European here real quick. Let's see if the European's showing any. See how far that ice is coming up. If I can get it. Does the European even do ice? Obviously it don't. Yeah, it does. Now this is National Weather Service blend. Here we go. We'll use National Weather Service blend, and let's zoom in a little bit. This kind of gives you the average of what we're expected here. So there is the potential for some icing. It's primarily going to be along the Cumberland Parkway and to the south. But you really look to the south here. That's where the big time icings are going to happen. Down here in Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, up over into the Carolinas, southern Tennessee. But we cannot rule out at least a little bit of ice. But it's probably not going to be anything to be significant. The most significant ice is going to stay toward our south. So that's definitely a good news. I'll even zoom in here just a little bit more. We'll go to the local. Kind of gives you guys a little bit more. Again, 6, 10, 7 inch. I mean, no ice is good. I mean, any ice is not good, right? But, I mean, anything under a tenth is just going to be a light glaze. So definitely not anything to be concerned about. The snow is what the main issue. That's what the main issue is going to be here. Nancy, I'll post my Twitter account name whenever we do that. I think it's 2K Hawk WX, I think, but I'll get that to you guys for sure. And if anybody's wanting to know where 2K Hawk come from, so when I was growing up, obviously, everybody played Xbox. You have to have a gamer tag. That was my gamer tag, 2K Hawk. So when I created my Twitter page, back when I was in high school, it was 2K Hawk Weather. That's just what it's always been. So it's kind of goofy, but there is a little backstory behind it. That was, I don't know, 14 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe even longer. Looking through the comments here. Brandon, no issues Thursday morning. No issues Thursday morning. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you found me on YouTube. Yes, I am on YouTube as well. So anybody asking about Twitter names, we'll get that out there. Yes, I do think Friday's okay as well. Thursday and Friday is okay weather days. No issues Thursday or Friday. This is primarily going to be a Saturday, Sunday type deal. Yeah, Blake, I was not very good at Call of Duty. That is for sure. Thank you for that rundown there, Jasmine. I appreciate that. We'll get you on payroll. Help us out a little bit. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate that. Katie, I don't know when it will melt. I mean, we're looking at temperatures staying below freezing till towards the end of next week. So, very, very unsure of when this will just disappear. Lizzie, tomorrow in Ratcliffe, probably looking at a light glaze of ice, maybe a dusting of snow. Could be some hazardous travel. Nothing too crazy, but definitely use extra caution as you're out and about tomorrow morning. Ariel, I will definitely video you guys doing donuts on the roundabout. I don't know if I participate. Okay. With that being said, that's all the questions I'm going to answer for tonight. We're going to be very busy over the next 5 days. So, not going to keep it too long tonight. I'll keep you guys updated with the potential for a Twitter space tonight if that's going to happen. Live video tomorrow, sometime between 6 and 7. Again, I'll give you guys the information on that. And then any information that comes from the model data that I need to, or the model data that I need to get out to you guys, obviously pay close attention to my Facebook page, the Zero Meter Chaser Facebook page. We've got a team that's watching stuff 24/7. I think I woke up this morning at 3 a.m. and I think I had over 100 messages from the ZMC team where they had been up during the overnight period looking at all the latest information. All I had to do was read what they put, and I already kind of have an idea of what the data's showing. I look at it. It saves me a lot of time. We work great as a team together. Glad to have them. So we're going to be very busy over the next 5 days. We'll keep you guys informed with numerous what's the word I'm looking for? Numerous updates over the next couple days. So appreciate all you guys. Appreciate your support. We love you guys, and we are definitely going to be working hard for you here over the next 5 days. We'll probably be working hard for you guys until they put us 6 foot in the ground, to be honest with you, because we eat, sleep, and breathe this type stuff right here. So, with that being said, you guys have a wonderful Tuesday night, and we will definitely